Hello everyone, I'm Avinash, and in this video we will be talking about Fleet Management DNS sponsorship for the upcoming batch August 2022. So first thing, what is about something about fleet management? Fleet management is basically forms this trio of the three largest management shipping companies of the world along with Anglo, Eastern and Synergy. It has around 600 plus vessels, all types of vessels. You have bulk carriers, containers, tankers, gas carriers, everything. So it is obviously a huge company and a very big opportunity for all you guys. Now the next thing is, what is the eligibility in order to apply? So you have to have 70% marks, 70% and above in PCM and also in English, and you must have passed class 12th in last year 2021 or this year 2022. All those guys whose results are awaited can also apply. One more thing, some students ask that they have 69, 68.5, all this. We can't really help it. All these things are set by the company. So this eligibility criteria is definitely set by the company, so you can't really do anything. You also must need to have a passport, and in general our advice will be, if you are applying this year for IMU CT and going to join Merchant Navy, or even if you're not joining Merchant Navy, you must apply for a passport because it's a very good to have document. Then the next thing is, when are they conducting? Obviously Fleet will conduct an online exam. They have not yet specified the dates, but it will be somewhere tentatively in May or June. How you can apply? There are two ways to apply. As of today, there are three colleges: IMI Noida, Tulani Maritime and TS Rahman. You can apply in all these three colleges. Basically you can register them on their website and then you can apply, or you can fill this form which is through us, which is through 9 Career Cafe, which is there in the description. Our form is absolutely free, and then obviously whenever the online exam is going to happen, we will try to reach out to you. Then the next thing is, obviously IMU CET is mandatory to join Merchant Navy, so obviously you have to apply for IMU CET and appear for that also. The next thing is, I want to talk about a lot of misinformation which is going on, not just related to Fleet but in general and related to companies and the discussion around companies and sponsorship. Most common reason for it is because a lot of students are consuming information which is from unverified sources, like things like Telegram and where you don't know whether they are actual people or they are not actual people, or which user ID is this. So you cannot verify all this information. So what we would recommend is, or that please try to get your information from credible sources, and if some of you think that our information is not genuine, or if you have an issue with that or you want to contest it, then obviously 9 Career Cafe, we are sitting out here in Delhi in our office. You can find us, you can speak to us so that we can clarify all these things rather than piling on the misinformation which is not good for you. So I'll give you an example. Like one student, he called us and he said that Maersk only takes DNS candidates and does not take any candidate for BSc and BTech. Now you know that this information is completely false. Maersk is the only company which is sponsoring BSc and BTech candidates and not giving any sponsorship for DNS. So for things like this, and how do you contest it? Obviously you have to come from credible sources, and if you are a seafarer, or and this is also for seafarers and whose cousins or family members are out there, if you are not in touch with colleges or the things or the companies which are coming, you can also call us and have a discussion on it. Just because we have been also at sea, just because when you are out at sea and you are not here and you are not in touch with the colleges or the things which are happening around, you also might not have the right information. Like somebody today was saying that there is no information of fleet management coming this year to sponsor DNS, and it was coming from a seafarer. So it can happen that ways also. So we need to clarify all this misinformation. One more big rumor which goes around is that I am looking to do a DNS course, that is why I do not want to apply for Maersk. Now you can clearly see that this argument is very stupid, because you only have like 500 to 600 seats of DNS which are for good companies. Like we are talking of Fleet or Synergy or MSc or Anglo and so on. So once these seats are exhausted, and there are close to 15-20,000 people who will eventually be applying for this whole IMU CT, and when these seats are exhausted, you basically have no other option. And then on the other hand, you have an option of Maersk, which is the largest company in the world, which is the number one company in the world. And just because a candidate doesn't want to do a course of 3 years and doesn't want to study for 3 years, then he's basing his argument that no, he will not go because you don't want to study for 3 years. So obviously this is not the right way to approach, because ultimately the whole point of joining Merchant Navy is getting into a good company, securing a future, working for an organization which is in top 5, top 10, top 2, top 3, whatever you get the best. And same thing is is the reason why a lot of people are not interested in BTech Marine Engineering, because it's a 4-year course. So they don't want to become engineers or anything in life, because they don't want to study for 4 years. But for that, we'll make a separate video on what are the opportunities for an engineer at sea. That will be a separate video. And there are also like things like people are discussing random 12th pass students who know nothing about Merchant Navy. They are talking about waiting periods and things like that, which does not make sense at this point of time, because all you should be focusing on is getting a sponsorship into a good company and then doing the course, whether you get through DNS or whether you get through BSc or whether you get through BTech. This should be your whole purpose. And if you are so worried about after passing class 12th, if your biggest concern is waiting of a company, then you might not start this career at all. You should go and choose something else. I mean, waiting and all those things, it's a very dynamic, different discussion, and it is not for 17-year-olds. It is for people who know something about Merchant Navy. We cannot discuss all these things, that why, how much, and these things are like not permanent, or it's not given that this company has this waiting right now. And we are only talking about ITF top companies. We are not talking about small RPSL companies. Now again, this is again a very detailed discussion, so we'll take all these things in the next videos. Please subscribe to our channel, because we'll be coming up with a lot of other videos, and we'll try to clear as many doubts for this batch as possible. So thank you for watching the video.